Hello, and welcome to EC's presentation on our new University and College Preparation program. In this presentation, we will go over what makes EC's university program special, the course content, EC's university partners, where to find more information, and some frequently asked questions. As a quick overview, the University Foundation program was designed to allow students the ability to prepare specifically for a higher degree in the U.S. The program's goal is to provide all of the linguistic, cultural, and academic skills a student will need to be successful at a university. Parallel to the academic goals, the program was designed to allow instructors the time to educate students on the higher education system in the U.S. while providing them admissions guidance and support. So, why EC? Why the University Foundation program? There are many reasons. The first is the conditional admissions and TOEFL waiver to more than 20 different universities and colleges across the U.S., which offer more than 300 options for different degree programs and areas of study. EC offers assistance before and after the course in finding the best university for the student, and students will take classes with other international students bound for higher education in the U.S. The course is designed to fit the specific needs of university-bound students, leading to higher success rates at a university. Full support in transitioning from the student's home country to a university, including the visa, accommodation, application, and insurance assistance. EC offers a famous diverse nationality mix, ensuring students will become immersed in the language more quickly. And EC has multiple locations across the U.S., allowing access to East and West Coast universities. The University Foundation program prepares students over 3 terms. Now, not every student needs all 3 terms. It depends on their beginning language ability. Some students only take 1 term, some take 2, and some take 3. The program consists of 24 hours of teacher-led lessons per week, plus a minimum of 6 hours of supervised self-study. You will see in term 3, that is when the students really begin to focus on the TOEFL prep, SAT prep, GRE or GMAT prep as well, depending on their program. This chart is really ideal to help students understand how long they can expect to study with EC's University Foundation program. If a student comes into the program with an IELTS score of a 4.5 and they want to go into an undergraduate program, they can expect to spend 2 to 3 terms with EC, or roughly 30 weeks, depending on the student. You can take a look at the chart and look at the student's results, and you can have a good estimate of how long it will take them to reach their goal. Many students ask about the assessment process. They want to know how they're going to be tested, how they're going to be graded, things like that. It's fairly simple, really. We have an initial placement, which tests their reading, writing, speaking, and listening ability, so we can gauge where they need to be and in what class. We have ongoing assessments in the UFP program, homework, quizzes, presentations. We have midterm exams, we have final exams, and most importantly, we have the final project, which is really the critical aspect at the end of the program to see if they can move on. If students have a hard time with these programs, we know we have to work a little bit harder to get them ready for academic programs in a university setting. This is a quick list of EC's university partners. The full list is on our website. It does get updated quite often, and we have added partners seemingly every month for the past year. So I strongly suggest everyone take a look at the website to get the most up-to-date information. EC's university partners offer admissions to degree programs before the students have reached the standard language proficiency, and they also have official exam waivers, for example, the TOEFL waiver, which means that students can simply enter the university once they've reached the proper level at EC's program and skip the TOEFL. There are 2 ways that students apply to universities through EC. One is the conditional admissions process, which basically means the student can gain acceptance before they start their foundation program. They apply to both a partner university and EC, and then EC will facilitate the application and send the acceptance documents to the student. The second but less common program is the placement service, where the students choose their university after they begin their foundation program. Our counselors in the U.S. will help the students choose the best university, and they help facilitate the application to the university of the student's choice. Now, what this means is that students can come into the program not really knowing what school they want to go to, and EC will help them find whatever school they really want, and we will help them apply to either an EC partner or even schools outside the EC network if the student wants. Now, where to find detailed information? This, in my opinion, is one of the best slides in the entire presentation, just because it has the most up-to-date information. Because of the nature of the program, there are going to be new universities or potentially new rules. Who knows what kind of new visa regulations. Really, the best option is to take a look at the links on this page to see profiles of our partners, updates on majors and degrees available, and updates on any application details. You can download pretty much anything from our website, and it's actually one of the best ways to stay on top of things. Many counselors ask us if we can accept transfer students to our undergraduate programs. If we can, how many credits will the student receive? The short answer is yes, we can. Will the student get all the credits transferred? Typically, no. They will get some credit. It just depends on the university, and it depends a lot on their grades, what program they started out, and what program they want to go into. So those are all factors that kind of combine to really decide how many credits the student will get going from university in Korea versus university into the United States. Students always want to know how they can get their transcript evaluated. Basically, they have to go to an external evaluation agency. The most common by far is WES, helpfully here at WES.org. I would recommend taking a look online, seeing what evaluation services make sense, but the vast majority of our students do use WES. Now, can we issue multiple conditional acceptance letters at the same time? We are happy to assist students who would like to apply to multiple institutions. In fact, our program fees include the processing and sending of up to 3 university applications. So basically, yes, of course, we are happy to help students apply to several schools. If they want to apply to more than 3 schools, then they're going to have to start paying for those applications themselves. But realistically, they shouldn't really apply to more than 3 to 5 schools anyways. So with the advisor there on campus, we should be able to narrow it down to 3 schools and have them pick the ones that they want to go to. Many students ask, do EC's credits transfer? And what they mean by this is, do they transfer to the university? The answer is not really, no. The credits, EC credits really transfer just between EC schools because it is a language program first. Afterwards, the student can go into the university, but the English that they learn at EC is not equivalent to reading Shakespeare later on in university. Students also ask, what happens if they don't pass their program? Is there a final exam? And do they need to pass all the subjects? Basically, yes, they are expected to pass their program. Each course is clearly outlined syllabi that explain what students will be required to do in order to pass the program. And realistically, if students have a hard time passing the language program itself, they will definitely struggle once they get to the university and they have to take a diverse range of courses, which will all be taught in English. So students need to be able to functionally pass the EC program in order to guarantee success. Do students need to pay a deposit to EC or the university? Well, in order for EC to process the application, students must pay the application and courier fee. That is essential. Full program tuition is due no later than 2 weeks before a student arrives, but luckily our universities do not require a tuition deposit for conditional acceptance. Do students pay their tuition directly to the university? Yes. EC has nothing to do with university payments. The student just takes care of it with the university directly. Now, what if a student changes their mind and wants to go to a different university after they've already gained conditional acceptance? This happens. So if a student wants to change universities later on in the process, we will help them. They are not required to go to the same university. If they got accepted into one, they can, if they feel like it, try to get accepted into another. They just have to be careful of timing. And it's very difficult to change things very late in the process if they won't be able to start on time if they change too late. So we have to advise the students to do what's really best for them in their situation. Does EC have an on-campus program? Not at this time, but we do offer a few things that an on-campus program would not. One is the ability to offer a choice of university to all of our students, to EC Boston, and then decide to go to any school in the greater Boston area, or even in California if they decide. One of our great selling points are our fantastic facilities. They are modern, they are clean, they are bright, and they are generally regarded as some of the best facilities in the industry. Finally, we feel that offering a central location attracts many nationalities. For example, we typically have the best facilities in the best cities, in the best locations within those cities. In Faneuil Hall in Boston, near Times Square in Manhattan, La Jolla in San Diego. These are all just examples of where our programs are really strong and in some of the best neighborhoods and the best areas in the biggest and most attractive cities. Now, what about ranking? For students who are very concerned about ranking or attending a large nationally ranked university, we do have several options. We do have partners that are ranked in the top 150. We do have summer programs with partners that are ranked in the top 100. So it just depends on what the student is looking for and where they are willing to go to university. You can find ranking details on the profiles on each of our university partners on the EC website. So what is the application process? Well, students wishing conditional admissions can find an application fact sheet for each university on our website. All of the required documents are listed there and can be submitted directly to EC. We will process the application directly with the university. Accepted students will then choose their UFP semester start and receive EC's I-20 along with their conditional acceptance letter. Students who are not quite decided yet in their university can choose their pathway and complete EC's application only. Once they are admitted into the program, advisors will assist them in finding the university that best fits their needs. Students sometimes ask who issues the I-20. At first, EC issues the I-20 and makes a note that the student has been conditionally admitted to their chosen university. Once the student successfully completes their program, EC will transfer the I-20 directly to the university.